Good afternoon. Welcome to our studies on enjoying God. But today I want to do something different. I just feel in my spirit, my heart, to share something necessary for this age and generation. I feel the need to talk about this. So the title of this clip will be Covenant Context, the key to understanding or interpreting the Bible. Let me repeat that again. Covenant context, the key to interpreting the Bible. Why do I say that? First of all, what is a covenant? Well, the word covenant in our times would mean contract. But I would say that a covenant is a blood contract. Let me repeat that again. A covenant is a blood contract. In other words, in the past, especially in the Middle East, during the times of the Bible, they used to do agreements, and the signing or the sealing of the contract or the covenant or the agreement was with blood. Most of the time they used blood. They used to cut themselves and mix the blood together. So you get the point of what is a covenant. It's crucial you see what is a covenant. A covenant is a legal agreement, between two parties. So it's legal. It's something, so to speak, which binds each party which are making the agreement. So I want to tell you that the entire Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, unveils the covenants. Now, in the Bible, there are two major covenants. The first major covenant is the law of Moses. And in the Bible, Moses went to Mount Sinai, and the covenant was established, and the blood was sprinkled upon the people. So there we have the blood, and they promised, the Israelite promised to obey the laws of God. So there we have the law of Moses, which is the first major covenant. So that's why it is called the Old Covenant. Now, then we have the New Covenant, which was established by the Lord Jesus. That's the second and most important covenant in the entire Bible. The New Covenant, which is grace. It's based on grace. Now, the law of Moses, which is the Old Covenant, is based on performance. It's based on you earning your good grades. If you earn good grades, then God will bless you. Then God will heal you. Then God will prosper you. Then God will do for you if you earn good grades. Now, the Bible, there are 7 major, how to say it, topics in the Bible. 7. And all of them are related to the covenants. Now let me explain. The first major topic I will discuss is salvation, which is called, I don't know how to pronounce the word, I think it's soteriology, which is the study about salvation. Salvation has the new covenant is directly related to salvation. The second topic is anthropology. Now, anthropology has to do with the study of man, or the constitution of man. And that one I will not discuss because it's kind of controversial. But it's also, anthropology is connected to covenant. The third topic is scatology. Scatology has to do with the study of the end times. Now, the covenant is also related to scatology. It's related because in the year 70 AD, the old covenant was eliminated, so to speak. The old covenant wall finished by the destruction of the temple, by the removal of the sacrifices, the animal sacrifices. The old covenant passed away completely in the year 70 AD by the destruction of the temple of Jerusalem, which Jesus prophesied in Matthew, I think it's Matthew 24. Now, the fourth topic is the study of the Bible, or the interpretation of the Bible, which I personally call bibliology. The entire Bible is about the covenants. You cannot get a full understanding of the Bible without understanding the covenants. If you don't understand the covenants, their times, when they were established, you will misinterpret much of the Bible. And this is the sad situation this generation, past generations, found themselves. Because we have not understand the meaning of the covenants, we have ended up with many wrong interpretations of the Bible. Now, fifth, Christology. It has to do with the study of the person of Christ and the work of Christ. Christ came mainly, the function of the Christ, why he came to earth, his main purpose coming to earth was to establish, to start the new covenant. That's why he poured his blood. His blood was called the blood of the new covenant, the blood of the covenant. He came with that main intention, to ratify, to start, to seal, to bring to fruition the new covenant. That was his function, main function as the Christ, because this covenant is at the center of God's eternal purpose, because it is through the new covenant that God fulfills his eternal purpose. Now, I mentioned 5, we have 3 more to go. Then there is the study about sin. What is sin? This is very controversial also. The Bible defines sin as breaking the law of God. You can see that in 1 John. Now, there's another interesting verse, I think it's in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, which says, the power of sin is the law. It's very important we understand that. Now the law is referring to the law of Moses. And Paul also says, where there is no law, there is no sin. Now, why does Paul say that the power of sin is the law? What does that mean? Referring to the law of Moses, which is the Old Covenant. In other words, law, so to speak, activates sin. So in other words, law makes people sin. It awakens the monster of sin in the flesh of human beings. So in a sense, the law in itself is good, but the law, in a sense, makes people sin. That's why it says the power of sin is the law. So you see the relationship between the covenant and sin. Now, we have 6. We have 2 more to go. Then we have, what other ones I am missing? Then we have, I'm missing some more. Which one? I can't remember the other topics. We have ecclesiology, the church, the study about the church. What is the church? The church is those who have been awakened to see the covenant, those who have become conscious of the covenant, the awakened ones, the illuminated ones, the born again ones, and their spiritual eyes have been opened to see the covenant. And the last one, 7, is, I cannot remember which is the 7th one. The 7th one is, we say, soteriology, scatology, bibliology, anthropology, Christology, study about sin. Yeah, I think I say the 7 of them. 7. Those 7 topics are crucial in understanding the Bible. And because these have not been given the due attention, the Bible has been misinterpreted. My brothers and sisters, the Bible is a spiritual book which comes from God, which was inspired by God. So God must give you an understanding in order to understand it. And He has given us this key, which is called the covenants. If we don't understand covenants and their centrality and role in the Bible, we will misinterpret much of the Bible. Because there are certain things that were said under New Covenant and Old Covenant. So things that were said in the Old Covenant are taken as New Covenant, and vice versa. So we have ended up with many misinterpretations of the Bible because this matter of the covenants has been ignored. May the Lord help us. May the Lord grant us grace. And may the Lord reveal us the full meaning of the covenants.